Alright guys, what's going on? It's Shram here and welcome back to another video I got for you guys today. Today I'm going to be attempting to rebuild the Browns, and you guys should all know what the Browns are about, so I'm just going to get right into this one. Obviously this is the roster for the Browns, you know, not the greatest considering they do not have a win yet in the actual NFL, but it's not that bad for rebuild purposes because they have some young players to build around, like Deshaun Kaiser. Duke Johnson isn't bad. I think he's like 24, 23. Okay, he's 23 years old. That's not bad. Corey Coleman's pretty good. Other than that, I don't think any receiver is safe on this team. The O-line isn't bad. Obviously anchored by Joe Thomas, one of the best players to ever play for the Browns. Joel Bitonio, J.C. Treader. Do you have quick or something? I feel like you do. Yeah, you have quick development, so you have some potential then. Kevin Zeitler's not bad. I'm honestly not sure who this is. Rod Johnson, he's a rookie. Okay, so sweet, he's actually pretty good. David Njoku's pretty good. Defensive side of the ball, the defense is not very good. I mean, Danny Shelton, and I always forget his first name, Larry. Nope, not going to pronounce that. Okay, so he's a rookie too. He's a rookie defensive tackle. But then they have Jabril Peppers, who apparently isn't playing well, I guess, considering he's a 69 overall. Is it Devin Kindred? Derek Kindred, my fault. I don't know my Browns players that well. Jamie Collins is down to a 79. Christian Kirksey isn't bad. Joe Schobert isn't the greatest, but he's not... Yeah, I mean, he's a decent backup in like a 4-3 because then he doesn't play much. Their cornerbacks are actually pretty good, though. Jason McCourty is having a very good season, and so is Brian Body Calhoun. I'm pretty sure Body Calhoun is like one of the best cornerbacks this year in general. I'm pretty sure he's been targeted like the least amount of times, meaning that he's pretty locked down then because I guess the teams see something in him, like the opposing team sees something in him that, you know, they don't want to target his side or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to get into some trades. Kevin Hogan and Sean Coleman for the Jets first rounder. Cody Kessler, Jamie Collins, and Michael Jordan. I didn't know that was his name, but I looked at it right before I traded him for the 49ers first round pick. Kenny Britt and Smith for Darrell Williams. J.C. Treader, Isaiah Crowell, and a third rounder for Jarvis Landry. Spencer Durango, Zach Banner, and a second rounder for Landon Collins and a fourth rounder. Joe Schobert, Josh Gordon, and this Porter guy for the Dolphins first rounder. I'm sorry, I don't know these left guards' names. I didn't check it before I traded, but Barker, Martin, and Jamar Taylor for the Colts first and fifth rounders. I wasn't gonna do this, but this is way too easy. I'm giving them 3 defensive tackles, all under a 76 overall, for Todd Gurley. This is what the team looks like for the first season. Honestly, like, it looks bad, like, especially on the defense, I think, but, like, this offense isn't that bad. If this offense can develop, like, if Deshaun Kaiser can develop, I plan on getting another wide receiver so Ricardo Lewis isn't starting, but, you know, if he goes off randomly and gets, like, 1,500 yards, then yeah, I'll keep him, but I highly doubt that'll happen. The offensive line is pretty much set. I'll probably have to draft a left tackler or a right tackler or something because Joe Thomas will likely retire either after this season or the year after that. David Njoku is perfectly fine at tight end. The running back situation's fine. I don't know how we were able to get Todd Gurley so easily, but also I didn't want to trade Duke Johnson just because, I don't know, Duke Johnson's here. I feel like it would be, even if they got a better running back, they totally wouldn't trade Duke Johnson just because he's like an insane receiving back. So I think that's just, I'm just going to keep him there. I don't think it really makes much of a difference in sim, but just, you know, I'll keep him. I like Duke Johnson. I think he's a good player. But Jarvis Landry is a really good receiver. Corey Coleman's a good receiver. They can probably develop nicely. And then the defense is where it gets worse because the linebacker core isn't that good. But Christian Kirksey, I moved to middle linebacker because he always goes off at middle linebacker. He gets so many tackles. Safeties are decent. Cornerbacks, I don't know what I'm going to do because Jason McCourty is kind of old, but he's a 91. I'll have to determine how much he goes down in overall. Like, I'll determine then if I want to trade him. But the D-line isn't bad. The D-line's probably going to be relatively the same this whole time, relatively static. But Emmanuel Ogbah will probably change. But I like Myles Garrett, of course, Danny Shelton, Larry Ogunjobi. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. But Brian Body Calhoun will hopefully be in the nickel cornerback spot for us this entire year. And then I want to get a different quarterback, number 2, and then probably a new strong safety. But yeah, that's the team. Honestly, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. Obviously, I still kind of want to have like a losing season, but let's see what happens. At the mid-season mark here, I'm not really sure how we're doing yet because I can't see. We are 3-5. Okay, we were 0-2 by week 3, so that means we went 3-2 since then. Not horrible. We just lost to the Vikings though, 44-21. We have to bring back Jarvis Landry, so hopefully we can do that here, and then that's it. Honestly, that's nice. We don't have like anybody to bring back, so Jarvis Landry, of course, will come back to the team. Yes, he is. Good to know. And then I'll go over the team quickly. And then, you know, I'll be able to just simmer it to the end of the season. Not much of a mid-season mark here, or not much of like mid-season action. But Jarvis Landry looks like he's playing pretty well. 6,900 experience is kind of good there. 6,700 from Njoku. I just saw that at the end. Myles Garrett has 8K. That's good to see. You know, the defense looks like they're holding up a little bit. Probably not, though, considering we just let up 44 points. But we definitely still have a playoff shot here. I don't really want to make the playoffs this season, but it would be cool if we did, I guess. Anyway, though, I'm going to scout these players, probably spend my coach experience, and then I'll see you at the end of the season. At the end of the season here, we did not make the playoffs. That's okay, though. 5-10-1. Honestly, a little better than I wanted to do, but that's not the worst, I guess. We'll probably still have like a top 10 pick of our own, so that's fine. Check out team schedule, though. Let's check out who we beat. We went 4-0 in the preseason. Lost the opening 3 games, then went on a 3-game win streak there. Took down the Texans. They're usually pretty decent in Sim. Then we went on a nice losing streak there. We beat the Packers, who are also very good in Sim. We tied to the Bears, and we beat the Steelers, who are also very good in Sim. So we beat some pretty decent teams. Anyway, though, check out the stats. How did Deshaun Kaiser play? 4,399 yards, 24 touchdowns, 18 picks. Not awful. I mean, a lot of interceptions, but that's a lot of yards too, so that's okay. Rushing, Todd Gurley had 13 touchdowns at nearly 1,200 yards. Did have 4 fumbles, which was quite a bit, but that's okay. Duke Johnson had 7 as a backup. Had 7 touchdowns at his. Jarvis Landry gets over 1,300 yards with 8 touchdowns. David Njoku gets over 900 yards with 8 touchdowns. Corey Coleman gets over 900 yards. And Ricardo Lewis doesn't even get over 600. Check out blocking. How is this? 14 sacks led up from Joe Thomas. That's a bit much, but that's okay. But everyone else played very well. Defensively, Christian Kirksey, 141 tackles. Way to go, my man. Tackles for loss, 13 from Danny Shelton, 11 from Myles Garrett. Sacks, 10.5 from Myles Garrett, 6 from Danny Shelton. Hold on, I messed that up by accident. And 6 from Emmanuel Ogbah. I want to see something quickly, though. There is another middle linebacker in here, so somehow this is maybe a 3-4? No, it's definitely a... I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this, because it's definitely a 4-3. Whatever. Interceptions, 4 from Howard Wilson, who's a rookie. That's nice, because if he can win, like, Rookie of the Year or something, that would be sweet. Jason McCourty gets 4, Brian Body Calhoun gets 2, Derek Kindred gets 2, and Landon Collins got 1. Any touchdowns? Maybe if that rookie got a touchdown. Ah, he didn't. That would have been cool, but anyway, we were 13th on offense. It's not even bad, to be honest. Defense was probably pretty poor then. 31st, yeah, we were second last on defense. MVP goes to Matt Stafford, apparently. Nobody from the Browns in this. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Tom Brady. Todd Gurley actually makes it at number 9. That's kind of surprising. Defensive Player of the Year, anybody from the Browns? Does not look like it. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Deshaun Kaiser comes in 3rd. I mean, Leonard Fournette and Deshaun Watson are in this conference, so it's going to be really hard to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Anybody else from the Browns, though? David Njoku comes in 7th. I kind of was hoping he'd be up a little higher, but that's okay. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Howard Wilson comes in 3rd. Myles Garrett comes in 4th. That sucks. I was hoping we can get at least one of those awards, but that's okay. Check out the experience, though. Deshaun Kaiser probably still has a decent amount. 9K. I'm probably going to draft a quarterback then. I think that's what that means, but Jarvis Landry got 26K. That's nice. David Njoku got 35K. Okay, how much did Howard Wilson get? Only 6.5K from that. He actually had a really good season, too. Myles Garrett had 19K. Alright, yeah, I'll have to spend this quickly, and then I'll go into the postseason. We are in free agency now, so let's see who's here. We only have 26.7 mil in cap room, which makes me think I have a very high draft pick. But Sharif Floyd is here, but there's no chance. I don't even think I would sign him if I could. Actually, I probably would. You know, why not? He's an 86, so if I felt like spending all those points, I would sign him, but I'm not going to. Yeah. Nobody here looks that interesting. It's pretty much like normal, so maybe I'll just go after some random players. Just for, like, trade value. Like, Teddy Bridgewater's not getting any offers. I will give Teddy Bridgewater such a low deal. If he accepts that, then I'm trading him. Or maybe I'll just start him. I don't know. I'll probably trade him, though. I don't really like how Teddy Bridgewater plays in Sim, if I'm honest. So I'm probably going to do this with a couple players, and then I'll see you in the draft. We are in the draft now, so I have to see what I want to do. I think I have, like, a couple picks in the top 10. I have the first pick. Good to know that I have the first pick. I might end up trading back with the Buccaneers, but I'll have to see because there's an outside linebacker I really want, and I'll have to I'll have to check if they're going to take him or not. I'm actually just going to take my player now, and then maybe I'll trade down my second pick with the Buccaneers. I think that's what I'm going to do because, I mean, they have, what's his name, Kendall Beckwith, I think, right? And he's like a 78 overall. Left outside linebacker isn't one of their needs, but I still feel like they might take him. Also, look at this dude, an 8.0 combine. I can't pick him with an early first-round pick because I don't think he's going to be that amazing, but if he's still there in like the second round, I'm going to scoop him up. But anyway, Rashard Lynch is going to be my man. He doesn't fit the scheme as an outside linebacker, but my plan is to throw him down at end and have him replace Emmanuel Ogbah. I think that's going to work well, so let's take him. 81 overall, quick development. He's probably going to be like an 83 overall at left or right end, whatever one Emmanuel Ogbah is. So I'm excited for this guy to come play. I think he's going to be very good. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be trading this pick away because I want a quarterback and I can't see the Buccaneers taking a quarterback. So let me go do that. In order to get this trade to work, I needed to give them my 7th this and next year. So yeah, I'm giving them my 1st and 2 7th rounders for their 1st, 2nd, and 1st next year. And I'm just going to sim it right to my pick, and I'll most likely take a quarterback. Maybe not, actually. Let's see. They took a corner. I think that was the dude with the crazy combine. Let me see. I'll have to look at him after this. Yeah, that was the guy with the crazy combine. I definitely could not commit to taking him though. So here, I might trade this one away. It depends who's offering, because I feel like the Giants and the Bears are both likely to take a quarterback. Let me see though. The Bengals should not take a quarterback. That's nice to know. So let me go through this. I mean, the Panthers, they shouldn't take a quarterback either. They might take a wide receiver, though, because there's a wide receiver I want as well. So I'm just going to take both these picks, actually. Just make it easier on myself. So let's pick here. Let's take this quarterback, Turner Weaver. The quarterback, I'll just show you guys this. The quarterback class isn't amazing. These guys are all probably pretty decent, but I saw some good stories about Turner Weaver. I'm not sure if he is a superstar or not, though. There weren't, they weren't those stories, but they were still pretty good about him. So let's see what he's all about. 77 overall with quick. We definitely reached, but he's still good. I think he can come in and play a little bit better than Deshaun Kaiser, so I'm okay with that. And then with this next pick here, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be taking a wide receiver. I just don't want the Giants probably won't take a wide receiver, right? Let me think. Is this who I want? Let me make sure, because there's a cornerback here too that I know has superstar development, but he's a mid-first rounder. This guy's also a mid-first rounder. I didn't know that, so I'm not taking him yet. I didn't know he was a mid-first rounder, so I'm going to trade this one away with the Bears. Probably, because that's a 2nd rounder, a 1st next year, and a 2nd next year. I'm just going to do that with the Bears. I'm not going to look at anyone else. And then I'm going to probably take the corner with my 7th pick if he's not gone. Okay, some wide receivers went. Was that the guy I wanted to take? I feel like it was. They took him really early if that was him. That was him. Ah, that sucks. They took him really early. That's okay, though, because I have some guys scouted in the later rounds that look pretty decent. Still kind of pisses me off, though, that he got drafted so soon. But let's take Maxi Nix here. I know he doesn't have the best combine, but he's pretty quick. He has really good agility. And that's pretty much it. I mean, he has good acceleration as well, and he has decent coverage stats, and he has superstar, so let's take him. 79 overall superstar development, 85 man, 85 press, 78 zone, and 92 speed. Being 21 years old is very, very good with 79 catching too. The story about that dude said that he was a wide receiver, which is kind of interesting, but I'm not sure what I want to do here because I think all the players I wanted got drafted, so maybe I'll trade this one. I mean, this guy doesn't look bad either, but I don't know. He actually doesn't look bad. Maybe I'll go with him because I kind of need a wide receiver. Let me figure out what I want to do quick. I'm going to trade down both of these 1st round picks here because I am able to. I'm just going to try to go for all next year things, I think, because I already have a lot of draft picks this year and I don't want to keep stockpiling them. Is there anything offered all next year? No, but the Raiders looks like the best. I'm going to take that. And then this next pick I will trade down as well. And then I'll come back to you guys with my with the next pick I'm going to take. We are in the 2nd round now. I don't know if there's anybody here that I want to take. Let me see though. I know I have some 3rd round talents, but look at all the picks I have. I have way too many picks. Honestly, this is a problem because it's going to take me forever to get through this draft. So honestly, I might just take my players. I'll trade away my first 3 2nd rounders, which is weird to say because I have 5. So I'll trade away my first 3, hopefully for all next year things. I'm not going to look anywhere else. I'm just going to take that with the Broncos. And then I'm going to trade away these next 2 and then start taking players. Now we can start taking players again. So here we are, late 2nd round. Let's go to my draft board and just start selecting players. I think one of the safeties I had scouted got taken or got drafted, but that's okay. I'd rather have this guy anyway. CJ Holloman, he looks very good. I mean, he's 24 years old, I get that, but he still looks very good. 83 overall. Oh my god, we drafted the 1st ranked player in the 2nd round with the 57th pick. That's insane. 83 overall. I've never seen that high overall for a free safety. Wow, that guy's really good. This next pick here is going to Craig Townsend. He looks like a very talented guard. I'm just taking him in case not Joel Bitonio, in case Joe Thomas retires, because then he can probably slide to left tackle, or Bitonio can. I'll probably have Bitonio go to tackle. I don't know yet, but let's take him. 74 overall. pretty much drafted him right around when he was supposed to go. Has very good blocking stats though, so I'm okay with that. So as you guys can see on the side here, those are the picks I have. I think I'm going to trade down, wait, hold on, let me see something. I have 2 early 5th rounders, and these guys are late 5th rounders. And what are you? Early 5th rounder. Okay, so I'm going to trade down this 3rd right there, and then 2 4ths. And I think that's enough to like make sure I comfortably take everybody. So trading away a 3rd and then 2 4ths, hopefully for all next year stuff, because I don't want to keep getting draft picks for this year. There was that Seahawks one was probably better value. It doesn't really matter though. I have so many picks next year too. So this is going to help me trade for players next year and everything. So let me get another draft pick for next year if I can. If not, I'll take a player. I don't really feel like getting more stuff this year, so I'm just going to take a player now. Let's draft one of the guys we have scouted. Let's just take Gordon Reese here. He looks very good. Let's go with him. 75 overall. That guy is very good. 49th, that's what he's ranked in the entire draft, and we took him at 101. I could have definitely waited and taken this guy later too, which is the best part about this whole thing. He'll probably come in and play the slot receiver for us, even though he's 6'3". I actually might have him play number 1 and have Jarvis Landry play the slot. I think that makes more sense, but that guy's very good. All right, I'm just gonna take all my players now and then just sim the rest of the draft. I don't feel like getting more stuff for next season because we have so much already. So Tank Burns is on the team here. He doesn't look the greatest, right? I mean, not the best combine. He's pretty much, well, he is a very bad rating and everything. He's pretty strong though, I guess. But he has good coverage stats. I don't know. Let's go with him. 70 overall, normal development. I don't know how that's 70 overall. I mean, low play rec, probably low awareness too. What's his awareness? I don't see it. 61, but I mean, 77 man, 81 zone, 86 press is not bad at all. It's okay though. He's kind of just there for depth. And then I actually didn't know I had the pick right after this one. So with this one, let's just keep taking players. Let's take Tyree Herman. I don't really need him, but I'm just going to take him. 74 overall with normal. I think the other guy is still better, so I'm going to start the other guy over him for sure. This guy's still not bad though. And then my last pick, I'm just going to sim to it and just talk over it now. With my last pick, I'm going to take whoever that other guy was. I think it was a right end. He's supposed to be a 7th round projection, so this is probably going to be a reach, but I just can't be bothered to stay in this draft. It's just been so long, so let's draft him here. 71 overall with normal development. He's actually probably a really good actually I was gonna say he's a really good defensive tackle, but maybe not, since I mean he probably is a good defensive tackle, but he's pretty quick too. For being 312 pounds, 6'6", having 79 speed is actually really good. So here I'm just going to sim to the end of the draft, and I gotta remember, I think the Bengals drafted, was it the Bengals? I'm going to check around and see if I can find that Woody cornerback, because that was the guy I was thinking about drafting to do with the 8.0 combine grade, so I'll be right back with him. This is that Woody guy. Apparently he had superstar dev, but honestly I think I'd still have our guy, because our guy also had superstar dev, and this dude doesn't look that amazing. I mean, he's really agile, he's pretty quick, but kind of happy that I didn't draft him. I was never going to draft him early 1st round. If I would have taken this guy in the 2nd round though, that would have been a really good pick. But there's no chance he was going to fall all the way down there. Derek Kindred, a 1st and a 2nd rounder for Anthony Barr. Deshaun Kaiser, a 1st and a 4th rounder for Levante David. I'm overtrading a lot here, but I don't really care, so I'm giving the Vikings Coley, I don't remember his first name, and a 3rd rounder for Eric Kendricks, who's just going to be our backup middle linebacker. This is what the team looks like for the 2nd season. I have a lot of hope for this team. I think this team can totally make the playoffs. The offense looks pretty good. I hope this wide receiver, this rookie wide receiver, can play well. Gordon Reese, I hope he can do his thing there at the number 1 wide receiver position. And then I really hope that Turner Weaver can win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Actually, I guess I would rather have the wide receiver win it. Actually, no, because wide receivers tend to get a lot more experience, they just tend to get a lot of experience in general, even if they don't win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I've noticed. So maybe like they make the Pro Bowl or get on the best wide receiver list or something, but they get experience from somewhere. The offensive line is still very good. David Njoku went up to an 89, which is nice to see. And then here's the defense. Our defense got so much better from last season. Levante David is a 95 at left outside linebacker. He is such a good cover linebacker. 87 zone coverage. He's a very good 4-3 outside linebacker. And then Anthony Barr is also a very good cover linebacker as well with 83 zone coverage. What was Levante David's man? I didn't even notice. 76 man. That's not even bad for a left outside linebacker, which is insane. But I like what the cornerback situation looks like as well. I want Brian Body Calhoun to be in the nickel for sure though. But this Nix dude, Maxie Nix, I think is a good number 2 corner. Jason McCourty is still here. 89 overall. I mean, he's not really going down yet. So, I mean, he went down 1 overall point. That's still good enough to hang out on this team. But yeah, the defensive line's good. This Lynch dude, I forgot his first name, Rashard Lynch, went up to an 84 at right end. I mean, at left end, my fault. He's a very good left end. 88 block shed, 85 power move with 82 finesse move too, and 86 speed and 88 acceleration. Hopefully, he can get a lot of tackles. But yeah, this is what the team looks like. I think it's very good. I'm just going to sim to the mid-season mark now, and I'll see you guys there. At the mid-season mark here, we are 5-2, so it definitely looks like the team is playing well, which is nice to see. We are on top of the AFC North, which is also nice to see. The division below us is pretty close. I mean, the Bengals, Steelers, and Ravens all have a good shot to have like the same record. But I mean, we can also fall off. It's only the midseason, so I'm not really like extremely confident that we're gonna make the playoffs. But it looks pretty promising for now, though. Anyway, Joe Thomas is here. I'll probably offer him a contract because I mean it's Joe Thomas. How much money do we have though? This is important. 78 mil. I'm going to bring everybody else back first because I think. Hold on, I messed something up there. I'm going to bring everybody else back first just because I want to just see how much money I have after I sign back all the people that are going to be on the team for sure for at least a couple more years. Anthony Barr is about to get a 7-year contract. That's insane. Landon Collins is here. I want Landon Collins back. I just noticed that I traded for a lot of players who have to get re-signed this year. Jason McCourty only wants a 1-year deal. I'll wait until the end of the season for him because I want to see how he plays. If he plays like out of his mind and does pretty well again, then I'll re-sign him. But if he like regresses a whole lot, I don't really want him. But Danny Shelton hopefully can go back to the team. He is. Duke Johnson, Darrell Williams, Brehan Body Calhoun, and Eric Kendricks are all here as well. So let's go after all these guys. We're going to be spending a lot of money this offseason, but that's okay. I think they're all worth it. Darrell Williams hopefully can come back. Duke Johnson just did, which is nice. Please come back to the team. He is coming back. And Brehan Body Calhoun, and then Eric Kendricks is the last guy. I think I'm going to hold off on Joe Thomas and Devin McCourty. No, Jason McCourty. Got the wrong McCourty brother. But I think I'm going to hold off on them for now. But wow, Eric Kendricks really wants like nothing, which is nice to see. So I'm going to hold off on Jason McCourty and Joe Thomas for now because Joe Thomas might retire, and I don't want to pay him in case that we still owe him money or something. I don't know how contracts really work, but anyway, check out the team. Our quarterback has 14K experience, which means I am spending that immediately. Let's do that quickly. Let's try to get him to like an 83. I'm going to get this up to 80, and then his deep accuracy is rather low. I'll get the rest in that. 82 overall, I will take that. I actually probably could have put more in awareness at the end of that, but that's okay. How's everybody else playing? No one else looks like they're doing amazingly. I mean, Jarvis Landry looks like he's having another very solid season, which is good to see. Anybody here have a lot? Our cornerback has 9.97, which is actually a lot, but doesn't look like anybody's playing like out of their mind here. Anyway, though, I was going to do something. Spend my coach experience. There it is. Let me do this quickly. Let's spend my coach experience probably on the D-line. I think I'll do it on the D-line because I have that rookie D-lineman, and then probably on the defensive backs. Let's go with those, and then I'm going to sim it to the end of the season after I scout these players. At the end of the season, we made the playoffs. We went 10-6, and we have to take on the 10-6 Chargers. We came on top of the division with the Steelers right behind us at 9-7. Let's check out our team schedule, though, just to make sure, just to show you guys that I didn't cheat. 3-1 in the preseason. Our team's been pretty good in the preseason so far. I think we're 7-1 in both seasons. We destroyed the Bengals there, beat the Chiefs pretty handily as well. Then we got kind of destroyed by the Colts. Someone on a nice win streak right there, a nice 5-game win streak. Then we lost 2. We won against the Bengals again, lost against the Saints, beat the Buccaneers, the Buccaneers and the Panthers, and then lost to the Chargers. Oh, that's a problem. Hopefully we don't replicate that right now. But anyway, check out the stats. I think Blake Bortles won MVP. I think that's what that said. But our quarterback was probably close. Turner Weaver went off this season. 4,600 yards, 45 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Very good season. Todd Gurley gets over 1,400 yards. Only has 7 touchdowns. I mean, Duke Johnson had 11, but he also only fumbled once, which is nice. Receivers, Corey Coleman had 91 catches, 881 yards, and 5 touchdowns. But Jarvis Landry had 17 receiving touchdowns. That's insane. And our rookie wide receiver got over 1,000 yards with 7 touchdowns. David Njoku had over 800 yards and 9 touchdowns as well. Oops, I accidentally skipped over blocking. Didn't mean to do that. See how the offensive line played. Joe Thomas doing a little bit better from last season. Darrell Williams plays well. Kevin Zeitler. Cameron White, who is our backup left tackle apparently, he played pretty well. The rest of the offensive line played well. I keep stuttering over my words for some reason. Anyway, though, Christian Kirksey, 147 tackles. Pretty good season there. Sacks, 22.5 from Myles Garrett. 13 from Anthony Barr, and 11.5 from the rookie Rashard Lynch. Wow, Levante David had 3 picks too. This defense is kind of clicking right now, it seems. Jason McCourty had 4 more interceptions. I mean, I'm probably going to give him another contract then because he's still good. Levante David, who is, what am I saying? Levante David had 3 interceptions, like I said earlier. Landon Collins had 3. CJ Holloman, the rookie safety, had 2. Joey Brennan, the rookie corner. That's not the good guy we have. Yeah, this is the good guy we have. He also had 1, but they're both rookies. Each had 1 pick, not bad. Any touchdowns though? We have at least 1, and we get 1 from I can't speak. CJ Holloman. I just gotta slow down, I think. Anyway, 4th on offense, 15th on defense. That's much improved from last season. But yeah, Blake Bortles wins MVP. Leonard Fournette's right behind him, but our quarterback is 3rd on the list, which is nice. Cooper Webb comes in 10th. Okay, AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Leonard Fournette, Blake Bortles up there again, Le'Veon Bell number 3, but Turner Weaver, our quarterback's number 4. Todd Gurley didn't make it, but that's okay. Check out Defensive Player of the Year. Will Compton gets Defensive Player of the Year on the Jaguars. Okay. Anybody from the Browns? We got Myles Garrett there. That's not bad. And Christian Kirksey comes in there as well. Turner Weaver gets Offensive Rookie of the Year with our wide receiver in 2nd. That's nice to see. And Tyree Herman comes in 5th. I feel like that's another wide receiver we drafted. I'm not exactly sure, though. Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Rashard Lynch, which is huge. That's our left end now. That's nice. And Maxie Nix comes in 3rd. CJ Holloman comes in 4th. We got a lot of awards this season, which is nice. We probably have a whole lot of experience, especially since I got the defensive lineman upgrade. But 42K from the quarterback, only 7K from our wide receiver from coming in 2nd on. That's, wow. I'm surprised by that, to be honest. I thought he was going to get more. That kind of sucks. But the O-line all has a decent amount, and David Njoku has 8K again. How much did Todd Gurley have? I didn't notice. 7.9K. I also didn't even see this, but Jarvis Landry has 24K. Defense, though, our left end got 21K. Myles Garrett got 34. This cornerback got 16K. Just looks really good here. So I'm going to spend all this experience, and I'll see you guys in the game. This is the team going into the playoff game here against the Chargers, like I mentioned. This team looks very good. The only, downside of this offense is this wide receiver here, but he played well throughout the season, so I can't really fault him that much. Offensive line looks very good. Quarterback's up to an 89 with confidence. Jarvis Landry's up to a 95 with confidence. Todd Gurley's a 96. David Njoku is a 92. Looks really good. And then here's the defense, just even better than when we last saw it. Myles Garrett's a 94. This Lynch dude is a 90. This team is so good. So anyway, let's hop into the game here against the Chargers. Hopefully we can pick up a playoff win here. We are an 88. They are also an 88. I'm going to go with the Color Rush uniforms. I haven't used them in a while. So let's do that here, and then let me think of a word to comment. If you guys are still watching currently, comment hamburger. I don't know if I've had you comment hamburger yet, but that was the first food item that popped into my head. So yeah, comment hamburger if you're still watching, and I will respond. I always respond to comments. Ooh, voice crack. That was awkward. I always respond to comments. But yeah, comment hamburger if you're still watching, and I definitely hope you guys are enjoying. Pretty sure I'm going to lose this game. This team has only scored a touchdown right now in the 4th quarter. Holy crap, though, we actually drove down the field and are going to win. How did that happen? Okay, the 4th quarter, we just absolutely went off in the 4th quarter. Look at that. Look at the slope of that line. We went off in the 4th quarter. This team was struggling at the beginning of the game, but our quarterback played very well. 373 yards, 2 touchdowns. But we had 4 field goals at one point. It was like 19 to 12 or like 20-something to 12 at one point, I think. Todd Gurley, though, 157 yards. Duke Johnson got a touchdown. A couple other rushing touchdowns down there. Jarvis Landry had a very good game. Defense, Jatavis Brown and Denzel Perriman both had 15 tackles. Jaleel Addae had 12 and Anthony Barr had 11. 1 tackle for loss for Dan Williams, a couple sacks, and there was 1 from Dan Williams and Myles Garrett, and there were 0 interceptions. In the divisional playoffs here, we have to take on the Jaguars, who have the MVP and the Offensive Player of the Year. So they're going to be pretty good. So let's throw on the Color Rush uniforms again, because it seems like they have a little bit of luck since we won our first game with them. And then hopefully we can win. Where are the Color Rush uniforms for this team? There they are. These ones. Okay, yeah. Let's go, and then hopefully we can win. This team is having trouble stopping the Jaguars. Pretty much every time they get the ball, they score. 49 to 42, 49 to 49. They'll probably get a touchdown right here. 55 to 49, 56 to 55. Oh my God. Did they miss the extra point, or did they go for 2 or something? I don't know what just happened, but we won. We won by 1 point. Look at the yardage. Holy crap. What? That's insane. That's a lot of yards from both of these quarterbacks, with 8 combined touchdowns and 1 pick between them. That is ridiculous. That's nearly 1,000 yards, and that's... Wow, that's not nearly 1,000 yards, but it's nearing it. It's over 900, right? 902? I think that's 902. Makes a lot of sense to me. Hopefully, I don't know. Math major over here, apparently. But Todd Gurley, 2 touchdowns, 147 yards. Leonard Fournette, 136 yards. Pretty good. Duke Johnson got 2 touchdowns as well. Just look at these receiving stats. Allen Hurns, 160 yards. Gordon Reese over 100. David Njoku over 100. A couple more guys down there with touchdowns. Tackles, Will Compton, the Defensive Player of the Year. 13 tackles, Christian Kirksey had 13, and Barry Church had 10. 1 tackle for loss for Danny Shelton, and who also had 1.5 sacks, and the interception came from Barry Church. We are in the conference championship now, having to take on the Chiefs, so let's get right into this game. No hesitation. We are 91, they are an 87. I hope we can continue our offensive success. And maybe our defense can lock up one of these games because they've had a hard time doing that so far. So hopefully we can win here. We are currently winning right now, 21-20. Never mind. They scored very quickly. 29-21. Oh, get a touchdown goal for 2. 29-29. We actually tied it up. Are we going to get a field goal? Oh my God, this team just keeps winning at like the last couple seconds, like the last minute. This team is the most clutch team I have ever had, I think. I don't know what's up with this team, but it just keeps going off in like the scenarios it needs to. Turner Weaver had a pretty good game, didn't throw any touchdowns, also didn't have any interceptions though. Pretty clean game there. Alex Smith played well, 3 touchdowns to 1 pick. Rushing Kareem Hunt did pretty well, but Todd Gurley nearly 200 yards with 3 touchdowns. What a game there. Corey Coleman 7 catches, only 42 yards, but Gordon Reese had 102. Defensively, Christian Kirksey had 10 tackles. Justin Houston had a tackle for loss. There were 0 sacks, and the 1 interception came from the man, Jason McCourty. We are about to be into the Super Bowl against the Lions. Here's one last look at the team. Look at the confidence. Pretty much everybody's confident aside from the fullback here. Every starter on the offense makes the team look so good. And then here's the defense. How many of these guys are confident? Again, most of the defense aside from the defensive tackles and Levante David and Landon Collins. But yeah, this team, I think we can just steamroll through the Lions. At least I hope we can. What's the overall? We are still on 91. They are on 89. Of course, we're putting on the color rush uniforms again. They've definitely served as some kind of good luck charm or something. So let's do that. Let's go with the Lions color rush uniforms there. I mentioned this before, but the Lions have such sweet uniforms. But yeah, I really want to win a Super Bowl. All right, this game is super close right now. 23-20, 30-20. They just got a touchdown. No, we're gonna lose. No, we lost in the Super Bowl. That sucks. Ooh, the Lions have really nice color rush uniforms. Those are new, I think, from last season. But anyway, I'm skipping this celebration. I'm sad. No, but we lost, which sucks. Our quarterback didn't play as well as he did the rest of the postseason. Still had 3 touchdowns, though, with 2 interceptions. Matt Stafford didn't play that well, to be honest. Amir Abdullah had 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. Receivers, Marvin Jones had 8 catches for 61 yards. Jarvis Landry had a touchdown, as did Eric Ebron and David Njoku down there. Defensively, 13 tackles for Christian Kirksey and 11 from Landon Collins. 2 tackles for loss, 1 from Myles Garrett and 1 from Rashard Lynch. Then a couple sacks here. Anthony Zawa got 1, as did Tahir Whitehead. And then the interceptions came from Maxie Nix, Glover Quinn, Landon Collins, and Sam Shields. Sadly, this team was not able to close out in the postseason, but that's okay. We still made it extremely far into the postseason, obviously, because we're in the Super Bowl. But hopefully we can make it back here again next season. We are in free agency, pretty much. But Joe Thomas is still here, as is Jason McCourty, and this fullback will be signed in the offseason. So, Joe Thomas... Oh, I have, like, no money in cap room. Ooh, who do I go for? Joe Thomas or Jason McCourty? Oh, no. I kind of want this... I don't really need the fullback. I'm gonna withdraw my offer from the fullback. Actually, I'm going to withdraw my offer from all of these guys. I think I can get a better cornerback, and I think I can get a better left tackle. I just want to have money to sign somebody in free agency if there's like a huge stud here, like Odell or something, because all they really need is a wide receiver, and this team's pretty good. So anyway, we only have 12.93 mil, but I also have a lot of draft picks. But who's here? Joe Thomas is the best player. Sadly, there's nobody here that I really want to bring in. So maybe I'll go after the guys that's... actually, is Joe Thomas getting any offers? I was gonna say maybe I'll go after the guys I didn't give offers to. Oh, no. Oh, Jason McCourty's not getting any offers. That's nice. I'll go after him. I'll give him a pretty low deal here. Hopefully he accepts this. So, 59 total points. It's like nothing. And then I think I'm going to let Joe Thomas walk and go to another team. Unless, I don't think there's any way I can bring him back. Do I have enough money? How much is that? 54 total points. I can't bring him back. I'm sorry, Browns fans. I can't do it. I think I can probably get another left tackle to replace him, though. I mean, I can't replace him, like, verbatim because it's Joe Thomas. But I can get another left tackle who can replace him in terms of Madden simulation. There's never going to be another left tackle for the Browns as good as him. Oh, no. Jason McCourty Accept their offer. Hold on. Hold on. What kind of offer is he getting now? He still only has our offer to choose from, which is a good sign. So I'm going to scout these players before I sim again, and hopefully we can... Actually, I don't really need to scout anybody. I don't have any picks. Actually, I have a lot of picks, but I don't have any positions that I really want. So I'm going to keep going through here. Hopefully we can get Jason McCourty. Keep changing my names. Jason McCourty still. We are still the highest offer. All right, one more week. Let me get him. If not, then have him just go to free agency, and then I can sign him from there. Ah, he accepted our offer. Sweet. Okay, so I'll use these scouting points, this 316 here, and then I will see you guys in the draft. Okay, we are in the draft now. I think I have the first pick, and then I think I have 6 first-round draft picks this year, which is ridiculous. So I'm just going to trade this one down with the... Doesn't matter. I'm going to go with the 49ers. I feel like they're going to be worse next year than the Dolphins. So I'm going to trade this one down with the 49ers just to get some value next year and probably just use that to trade for some players. So let's do that with the 49ers here. Just get a first, and then I'm honestly just going to take a first and a second next season. I know I can get their second this year, but it's not that big of a deal. So I'm just going to do that, and then maybe with this pick I'll take a player. I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. Did my player leave? There was a middle linebacker I kind of wanted, and he did just go. There's nobody here that I want. Should I take this tight end? I'm taking this tight end just because he went to Penn State. Kind of looks like, doesn't actually look like him, but has the build of a Mike Gesicki kind of dude. But let's take him. 79 with normal. He's actually very good. We don't even need a tight end, though. I don't need any position, really, aside from like left tackle, I guess, which I probably should be looking at. But there's some guards I scouted. I'll probably take a guard here, or this halfback, because this guy looks absolutely amazing. 79 overall with superstar development. Look at this man, though. 95 speed, 94 acceleration, 86 carrying. This dude is a monster, but he will get pretty much 0 play time because there's no room for him. But with this pick, I think I'm going to go with a guard. So let's go with my guards that I have here. Do I want a guard? Let's see. Let's see. That guy is a 7.0 combine rating. I'm taking him. 78 overall. I knew he was going to be good just because of his combine. A 7.0 is insane for an offensive lineman. So that's nice. I think I still have like a couple more first round draft picks. I do. This is ridiculous. With this player, or this pick, I'm going to go with this guy. No, I'm not. That guy does not look nearly as good as I thought he was. Is there any other wide receivers here? No, it's just... Actually, this guy looks pretty good. I'm going with him. 78 overall with normal. He's not going to start. Just wanted to take him in case he was a beast. Like, none of these guys are really going to start. Maybe that guard will. So if I'm thinking that way, maybe I'll just take another guard. And maybe he'll be pretty good. So let's go with... You're not bad. You're second in bench press. What are you? 5th. Bench press seems to be the most important one because it's like strength, you know? You're 8th. Okay, I'm just trying to check the... compared to everybody else. You're 2nd. Hold on. This is important. 7th. That guy's 2nd. What are you? 4th. Let's go with this guy because he's 2nd in it. 78 overall with quick. That's a good strategy. So I think he's going to come in and start at guard, and probably I'll probably move Joel Bitonio to tackle. That sounds good to me. I really don't think there's many other players I want. I have another draft pick. Oh, this is actually my draft pick. Let's go with this guy because Saquon Barkley, Penn State, you know, 81 overall. This guy is probably not what Saquon's going to be. That guy's way too slow, I think. 87 speed. I feel like Saquon, when he gets into this game, he'll have like 93 speed, maybe 94. I don't know what his 40 time is, though, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. I just saw he went to Penn State, and he has good stats. I have a lot of running backs. This rebuild, like usually the second draft is kind of just all over the place because I'm usually just drafting random players just to fill, just for like depth purposes. Like I don't actually want any of these guys. Should I take this quarterback who skipped the combine? The answer to that is always yes. 72 with superstar. Look at this man. He's not going to start, but his name's Turner as well. That's always a good sign, especially since our quarterback's name is Turner. With this pick, I really don't think I have anybody left. I should probably trade some of these down to get some next year talent just to trade. Wait, this is the guy I wanted from Penn State. Did that last guy go to Penn State? I hope he did. If he did, then Penn State had 2 very good running backs. Okay, so I'm just gonna trade down this one. Should I? No, I'll take this guy. No, I don't really need him. I'm not taking another running back. I'm sorry. Rashawn Sherman, Richard Sherman's cousin. Let's go. 80 overall with quick. Don't think he might get playing time, to be completely honest, because Christian Kirksey's been playing well, yeah, but that guy has a lot more potential. Because if that guy wins off or Defensive Rookie of the Year, he'll go up higher than Christian Kirksey is, I'm sure. So this pick, let's just take another middle linebacker in the 6th round. Why not? I took him pretty much right when he was supposed to go. Even though this dude was projected to go in the 6th round, and I'm in the 2nd round. And I've reached all the way up here. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's the draft. We drafted some good players. I'm going to advance to the end of the draft now. And probably come back to you guys with some kind of wide receiver trade, if I had to guess. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the only trade I make, but it's Eric Kendricks, a 2nd and a 3rd rounder for Antonio Brown. This is the team going into the final season. I was right, that was the only trade I made, trading for Antonio Brown. But this team, the depth on this team is absolutely insane. Is this the guy I want starting? It is the guy I want starting, good to know. But yeah, the depth on this team is insane. Look at the running back tandem core thing. I can get so many different players if I wanted to, but I just don't. I really like this team. I want to keep it here. I think I'm content with it. But then there's the offense. Here's the defense. Defense got a little worse just from like the regression standpoint because Jason McCourty's an 86 now, but I'm sure he'll still play well. Our backup defensive tackle isn't the best, but I don't think he plays all that much. Our linebackers are good. I'm starting the Sherman dude over Christian Kirksey just because he has more potential, I think. But yeah, this is the team. Not really much more to say. I'm going to spend my coach experience. What can I get? If I can get like the quarterback upgrade, I honestly might. I can't get the quarterback. I'll get the wide receiver upgrade. No, I'll get the O-line upgrade. Let's go with that. And then I have like 2,000 more points. Kicker. Show some love to the kickers. So anyway, yeah, I'm just going to sim to the end of the season. And hopefully we are in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure we should be. We made the playoffs. We got a 1st round bye. This is a good sign. 12-4, very good season. One of these times, I really hope I can go 16-0. Every time I see a 1st round bye, I just hope we go 16-0. But yet again, we only lose 1 preseason game. So what is that? We had 12. What are we? 10-2 in the preseason. We're doing very well in the preseason. Anyway, we won the opening 2 games, lost to the Steelers and the Seahawks. Then we put up 58 points against the Cardinals, but also let up 52. Nice win streak, though, there. Lost to the 49ers. Are you serious? Then we lost to the Bengals. Okay, team looks like they played well, though. Check out the stats. Aaron Rodgers is the MVP. I was really hoping our quarterback could win it. How did he do? 4,500 yards, 44 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's probably in the top 5 on the MVP list. Rushing, though, Todd Gurley, 17 touchdowns, 0 fumbles, 1,456 yards. Very good season. Receivers, Corey Coleman, almost 100 catches at 928 yards, 5 touchdowns. Pretty good season there. Antonio Brown gets over 1,300 yards, nearly 1,400 with 14 touchdowns. And Jarvis Landry, over 1,000, almost 1,100 with 12 touchdowns. Actually, David Njoku had 7 touchdowns. How many yards did he have? Not that much, but that's okay. 7 touchdowns is pretty decent. Sacks, had a Joel Bitonio play in lieu of, is that the right word? In place of Joe Thomas, I'll say that instead. He played pretty well. The whole offensive line performed well. Defensively, though, our middle linebacker gets 142 tackles. Kind of nice there. Tackles for loss. We got 13 from Myles Garrett, who had 10.5 sacks, I can see. Levante David had 7.5. Rashard Lynch only had 4.5. That's a bit of a disappointment, but that's okay. Jason McCourty, I'm telling you, he's a beast. 8 interceptions. 3 from Maxie Nix and Landon Collins. 2 from Levante David and Rashawn Sherman. 1 from Christian Kirksey and Brianna Body, whatever. Calhoun. I'm pretty sure it's Body. I always pronounce his name wrong, though. We have at least 1 defensive touchdown. We actually got 2. Maxie Nix and Levante David each had 1. 4th on offense. Defense was probably not that great, to be honest. 28th. Yeah, our defense was pretty bad this whole time. That's okay. Our quarterback comes in 2nd on MVP. I'm surprised Todd Gurley didn't make it in there, but our quarterback gets Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC, and Todd Gurley comes in 8th on that list. Defensive Player of the Year actually goes to our rookie middle linebacker, Rashawn Sherman. Okay. Jason McCourty comes in 6th. I actually didn't expect our middle linebacker to get Defensive Player of the Year, honestly. I didn't think he did that well. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Bryant Moy? He's probably a running back. AJ Goodman. Maybe the tight end? I think he might be the tight end. Joseph McLaughlin. I think he's a running back. I'm not really sure. Defensive Rookie of the Year. How does our player get Defensive Player of the Year, but not Defensive Rookie of the Year? That doesn't make any sense. Wait, actually, who was that guy? Defensive Rookie of the Year. Carlo Branch. Okay, Turner Weaver gets Best Quarterback. That's good to see. Best Running Back does not go to Todd Gurley. It goes to Le'Veon Bell with Leonard Fournette right behind him. Nobody else from my team. Did I see somebody? Tariq Cohen? Alright. Interesting. Best wide receiver, he does go to Antonio Brown. Good to know. Jarvis Landry comes in 4th. That's pretty cool, too. Best O-lineman, Joel Bitonio's in there at number 4. And then Kevin Zeitler and Darrell Williams are in there at number 9 and number 10. Best D-lineman, probably nobody from the Browns. Yeah, I was going to say, I saw some orange, but I think that was the Bengals. Best linebacker, Levante David makes it in there, and so does Rashawn Sherman. Somehow he's not higher up on that list, even though he got Defensive Player of the Year. Best defensive back does go to Jason McCourty, though. Pretty nice. And best kicker. Who's our kicker? Is it still Zane Gonzalez? Is that his name? I think he's like the kicker for the Browns now. Or at least at the start of this roster he was. It is still Zane Gonzalez. Is that your name? It is Zane. Good to know. Okay, anyway, check out the experience, though. There's just a whole lot of experience flowing from everywhere. Quarterback has 58K. He clearly has the most on the offense. And then the defensive side of the ball, our linebacker gets 25K. Even though he didn't win Defensive Rookie of the Year, that's still a lot. Nix gets 39. Landon Collins gets 20. Good to see. I'm going to spend this all, and then I'll see you guys in the playoff game with whoever we have to play. Here's a look at the team before we head into the playoff game. This team looks very good. I kind of expect to steamroll some teams. Maybe not, though, because Madden Sim is very odd at some cases. But yeah, here's what it looks like. Looks very nice. We have to take on the Patriots, though. Kind of interesting, the Patriots taking on the Browns in the playoffs. That just kind of sounds funny, considering, you know, the Patriots have been so successful the past couple of years, and the Browns have been so unsuccessful the past couple of years. But obviously, throwing on the Color Rush uniforms again, I always go the wrong way. Official Color Rush for the Patriots there, and hopefully we can take them down. This game is very close again. All these playoff games have been pretty close so far. 30-23, 30-30 now. We tied up the game, 37-30, 37-37. They tied it up. It's in overtime now, though. I think they're probably going to win, and they do. That sucks. Last season we did so well in the playoffs, and this season it comes to an end in the first round here. Tom Brady is still playing. 19 years of experience. That's remarkable. But our quarterback threw for more yards, which is cool, but Tom Brady definitely outplayed him. 382 yards, 4 touchdowns. Todd Gurley ran the ball very efficiently with 2 touchdowns. Jarvis Landry had an insane game. Brandon Cooks did pretty well as well with 2 touchdowns. Defensively, though, Anthony Barr had 15 tackles, Deron Harmon had 13, CJ Holloman had 11, and Christian Jones had 11 as well. Danny Shelton had 2 tackles for loss, and there's a handful of players with 1. Sacks, 1.5 from Rashard Lynch, 1 from Larry Ogunjobi. I think that's how you pronounce it, Ogunjobi. Maybe? I don't know. I'll ask him one day. Danny Shelton also had a sack, and Stephon Gilmore had the interception. Okay, well, anyway, this is going to conclude the Browns rebuild. Sadly, I was not able to win a Super Bowl, but last season we got very close. We actually made it to the Super Bowl and then lost to the Lions, which is unfortunate. So I'm sorry, Ninja Cheese, my man, my Browns fan. He's the only Browns fan I know of, to be completely honest. Yeah, sadly I wasn't able to win a Super Bowl with your squad, my man, but I did name the coach after you if you didn't notice until now. I'm sure you noticed. But yeah, anyway, we lost, which sucks. This is the team. This team is actually remarkable. This was actually a fairly successful rebuild for being the Browns. I mean, we loaded up on draft picks, and all of our players seemed to pan out pretty well, especially this quarterback. Went up to a 90 overall by year 2. Drafted a pretty decent wide receiver. On the defensive side of the ball, this left end played amazingly. This cornerback played well. This middle linebacker played well, even though, I mean, I know we just drafted that guy, but he still played well. The safety went up to an 85. He's pretty good. So, yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.